Chaos on the streets of the northeastern city of Pakant as security forces opened fire on protesters, several of whom have been killed in rallies across Myanmar on Sunday. This man was among dozens injured in Yangon as demonstrators crouched behind homemade shields during a confrontation with armed forces. The military crackdown has left scores of protesters dead since the ousting of the democratically elected government. An estimated 2,000 people have been arrested.
We have to fight for a future. I don't accept the military coup. I was arrested once, but people came to help me escape from the security forces and I was freed.
I don't want to live under the military junta. That's why I'm going out on the streets, even though I'm afraid. We will fight together against the military.
Witnesses say Saturday was one of the bloodiest days in nearly 7 weeks of military rule. Among the dead, a pregnant woman, a Buddhist monk and a 13-year-old boy. It came as leading politicians ousted by the coup vowed to continue what they called the revolution, echoing the protest movement's calls for a federal democracy, giving ethnic minority groups a role in the governance of Myanmar.
The people of Myanmar are in mourning. He joined as a volunteer guard every night. I asked him to take a rest as he was sick, but I couldn't stop him. He said he needs to take care of people because the military were attacking them with heavy weapons. Then they shot and killed him. He can't fight back anymore. Soldiers shot at us during our sit-in last night and arrested 3 people. They beat them. A group of us went to the police station to request their release. Then they fired live rounds at us. One died over there, and another one died here. Still, an air of defiance prevails, even in the face of mounting funerals. People are determined to keep up the pressure. Thousands rallied in Mandalay, many of them teachers and university students. But moments later, police dispersed the peaceful protest with tear gas and rubber bullets. Amid the escalation of police brutality, injuries like these are becoming commonplace. Healthcare workers and volunteers race to bring them out of the line of fire. Witness footage from Friday in Yangon shows police beating 3 men accused of breaking a nighttime curfew. They were dragged from their homes and beaten with sticks on the street. In the distance, the sound of gunfire.
Defiant protesters again marched through the streets of Mandalay on Sunday. In strong voice and in large numbers, they were clearly unbowed by the violence of the day before. That's when the security services shot dead at least 6 people in a crackdown in Myanmar's second city and injured many more. But with the death toll rising, a call for revolution from the former vice president, now leading a civilian administration in hiding.
This is the darkest moment of the nation and the moment when the dawn is close. This is the time for our citizens to test their resistance against the dark moments.
Speaking of a new federal democracy, the message was clearly aimed at bringing diverse ethnic armed groups together to overcome the army and their coup.
When forming our resistance, unity plays a vital role. Despite our differences in the past, this is the time we must grip our hands together to end the dictatorship for good.
These diverse ethnic armed groups are scattered across Myanmar's borderlands. Divided, they don't represent a significant threat to the military who've been fighting them for decades. United, they could be a considerable obstacle. But there's long been distrust between these groups and the NLD, or National League for Democracy. Bringing them together would be no small task. In peaceful defiance, protesters break the curfew to honour the dead in candlelit vigils across the country.
We come out on the street to show that we are against military dictatorship by breaking the curfew order imposed by the junta. We will continue fighting.
But as the military continues with its brutal tactics on the streets, calls for a revolution that's not so peaceful may gain increasing support.